Okay, we'll enter these guests from your party. I'll let you drive.
Okay.
All right, so let's click on the left-hand menu item, Create New Guest.
Create new guest.
Okay, now on your customer order form, you would have obtained the name and address details of the guests that attended the party.
Yes.
So, as easy as you like, we enter the title of the person, their first and last name. Now, these are mandatory fields, so they've got to be filled in.
Okay, right.
Okay, so the first one is Tracy Kramer.
Okay, so Miss.
And it's Miss, yep.
Tracy Kramer.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, it's important to remember that the more information we enter here, the easier it will be to perform guest searches at a later stage.
Right, yeah.
So, Julie, was there anyone at the party you think might be interested in hosting their own party down the track? Or any possible new recruits who might want to get on board?
Well, actually, Tracy, our first guest, said that her sister-in-law will be visiting from interstate early next year, so she was interested in having one then.
Fantastic,
Yeah,
that's great, Jules, well done.
Thank you.
And this is what the party lead drop-down item is for.
Oh, great, okay.
So let's note Tracy as a party lead by selecting the week that we'd like to follow her up on. Let's say around week 2 in 2006.
Okay.
Now, the last contact you had with Tracy was, of course...
At the start of the week, so Monday.
Okay, great. So let's pop Monday's date in there.
Okay. Which was?
The 25th.
Okay, great.
Now, because she's interested in hosting her own party, we need to make sure we enter our next follow-up date here.
Right.
Now, these recruit lead and party lead fields are similar to the code column in your logbook. The guest details allow you to complete the equivalent of manual customer update cards online.
Okay, so by entering the last contacted dates and my next follow-up dates, that helps me track my contact with my customers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And I'll show you a bit later on how we search these fields. And you can keep updating these fields as well. For example, if you follow up Tracy on that date and she might say, I'm going on holidays for 4 weeks, can you buzz me back then? Well, you can reschedule that reminder for another time. Sound good so far?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's click on next, Jules.
Oh, sorry. Great.
Okay, and this is where we enter our guest's address details. Now, we've got Tracy's address details here.
Yes, we do.
So, would you like to type them in for me?
I think I can do that.
Well done. Just click next. Okay. So to stay in touch with Tracy, you're going to need some further contact information from her, such as a home and mobile telephone number and perhaps an email address for her as well.
Yeah, well, great, because Tracy provided us with all of that.
Okay,
so
here we go.
Beautiful.
That's great. The more information we can enter, the better. See this drop-down box at the top called Method of Communication?
Yep.
Click on the drop-down arrow for me. Okay, here we can select how our guest prefers to be contacted. That might be only at home or only by email.
Well, Tracy works in a hospital, so her mobile's off most of the time, and she works funny shift hours, so I guess email would be her first preference.
And any fax number?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, we've come to another drop-down box that says best time to call. You probably sussed this one out already?
Yes.
Yeah, this helps us identify the most convenient time for them and the most likely time for us to be able to reach them.
Okay, well, Tracy said that most of her shifts are in the evening, so I remember her saying that the best time to get her is during the day.
Great.
Okay.
So let's select daytime from the drop-down box.
Daytime.
And this last checkbox?
Catalogue update.
Yeah, so whenever our new catalogue comes out, do you think Tracy would like to receive one?
Oh, yeah. She'd love that.
Well, let's click the box.
Okay.
Okay, we have two options to choose from before we can continue. We can finish our entry for Tracy here, or we can finish and create a new guest order for her. Now, we could simply click finish and we'd come to a confirmation screen saying that we added guest Tracy Kramer. But we should ask first, did Tracy place an order?
Well, Tracy ordered a few items last night, so I guess we continue and create a new guest order.
Yeah, spot on, Jules. Now, you could choose not to add an order at this stage and search for that guest later to enter their order, but I think it's better to practice good habits from the start. You know, it makes sense to enter Tracy's order straight away now that you've entered her details.
Okay, so we carry on with Tracy's order before we enter any of the other guests.
You betcha.
Okay.